Home Sports Entertainment brings you the University Interscholastic League Boys 5A Basketball Championship game. Tonight, it's the East Central Hornets of San Antonio meeting the Carter High Cowboys of Dallas. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Greg Lucas here along with Reed Geddes. We're looking forward to an exciting high school basketball championship game between two teams that will get the ball up and down the court. The undefeated club from San Antonio, East Central, comes in here led by, well, a coach by the name of Bonewitz and a star player by the name of Bonewitz. Same first name, Stanley, and Stanley can play.
Hey, I tell you what, Stanley Bonewitz is one of the most exciting players I've ever seen in Texas high school. He's #1 in the state in scoring. He's #1 in the state in assists, and he's got a flair and a shake about him. Hey, if you hadn't seen this kid play basketball, you are going to enjoy watching him this evening.
Now, his average for the year is 31 a game, but his team average is 107, which means he doesn't do all the scoring. He's got some help.
Yeah, two other guys scoring almost 20 points a game. Chaz Jackson and Dante Mathis. It's unbelievable to have one guy put up those kind of numbers. 2 is almost unheard of. And 3, I can't even fathom 3 guys on the same team with those kind of numbers.
The East Central Hornets come into this game 34-0, and they're going to be facing the Dallas Carter Cowboys, who, for all of their successes in football, have never been to the championship round before. But this year, under new coach Robert Wright, 32-6. Here they are. They got a lot of balance on the team. But I guess if you start talking about them, you got to start with their guy out back, Anthony Good. He's their #1 scorer.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, this Dallas Carter basketball team is unbelievable. They're deep, they're quick, and they just keep coming at you. Led by Anthony Good, 6'3", silky smooth junior, one of the best guards in the state, and will be the #1 guard in the state next year. But he gets a lot of help also from Robert Washington, 6'5", muscular, as athletic as you could possibly hope for, and he can really finish the fast break.
Carter likes to put pressure on the ball, reminiscent of the way Arkansas will play on their good days, and San Antonio East Central likes to put it up. So it's going to be exciting. You stay with us. We'll have the lineups, the tip, and all the action from the...
Final for 1995. The matchups. The Hornets of San Antonio East Central of District 27, 5A. The Cowboys of Dallas Carter of District 10, 5A. Let's meet the starters. The Hornets in the black, following their 107-94 victory over El Paso Riverside on Friday. Now on the season, 34-0. Making their third Final Four appearance, coached by Stan Bonewitz, Jay Mead, Matt Oden, and Steve Ochoa. Please greet starters. 6'3" senior, plays guard, wears 15, Stanley Bonewitz. Senior forward, 6 foot tall, number 23 is Chaz Jackson. Senior forward is 6'2", 24, Dante Mathis. Senior center, 6'4", number 34, Jeremy Lear. And senior front court player, 6'3", number 35, Steve Schrum. The Hornets of East Central. Thank you, gentlemen.
And Bonewitz, East Central, out of St. Mary's in San Antonio, where he played his college ball. This year, regular season, 29-0. You can add 5 more to that in tournament play. They are undefeated.
Dallas Carter. Making.
And Bonewitz, East Central, out of St. Mary's in San Antonio, where he played his college ball. This year, regular season, 29-0. You can add 5 more to that in tournament play. They are undefeated.
Dallas Carter.
Controlled first of all by East Central. East Central playing in the black uniforms, and quickly, just like that, the team that scores all those points has 2, Jeremy Lear.
Yeah, catch your breath, because you're going to see that all evening long. Both teams up and down and constant shots being taken.
And there you go, right off the bat, the #1 scorer, Robert Washington, the top, one of the top scorers, gets the first basket, and it's 2-2. And how about 4-2? Curtis Lundy. My pencil is running out of lead already.
So much for talking about what they're setting up and going to do defensively and offensively. They're just going to shoot the ball.
Good, has it taken away. East Central with the ball. This is Bonewitz. Bonewitz double team, finds the open man, and Jackson for three is off the rim, no good. The long rebound is rolling out, and finally it's pulled down by Robert Washington. Washington beats the pressure and gets it up to Good. Good with a 12. Feed! And there's 2 points.
What a sweet pass from Anthony Good. Shook the guy, then set him up and just dropped it back over his shoulder.
Reverse lay-in will go, and that's Sylvester Lilly after a steal, and it's 6-4 in favor of Carter. Carter on another steal. Here's a three. It's off, no good by Good, and the rebound finally pulled down by East Central, and the Hornets don't wait for any man. This is Bonewitz. Bonewitz has the ball deflected into the corner, and it's picked off by Carter. Carter on the attack the other way. Lilly. Layup, back pass, won't go, kept alive, and Washington tries twice and scores.
Well, we talked to Stan Bonewitz before the game, and he was really concerned about his East Central team being able to rebound with this Dallas Carter basketball team.
Ball is coming over to us. Reed Geddes knocks it back into play. It's 8-4. There you see Stan Bonewitz. And quickly a timeout with 6:13 to go in the opening period. 8-4 Carter. This is the 5A championship game as you take a look into the huddles.
This is one of the things that Coach Bonewitz is going to have to tell his kids. This is nothing unusual for this Dallas Carter basketball team. They play in spurts. And when you play a team like this, what you've got to do is you've got to be able to take timeouts. You've got to be able to take a deep breath, because if not, they just keep coming and keep coming. And here's an example of it. Robert Washington, watch the sweet look off and drop behind the shoulder from Anthony Good. Anthony Good actually was a 2-guard this season all year long because of the outstanding play of 5'10" Sylvester Lilly. But when you get an open floor, hey, there's about 5, 6, 7 guys on this Carter team that can handle the ball like that. Sylvester Lilly, look at this great look off and then flipping it back up over the shoulder. And what's incredible about this Carter basketball team, they have so many guys that can make plays like that. It doesn't, a lot of times when a team makes a shot, they'll press off of May. This Dallas Carter team will press off of everything. They'll just keep coming at you. And for East Central to be successful tonight, they're going to have to withstand the runs like the Carter team has put on here early on.
Of course, high school basketball plays 4 8-minute quarters. The ball goes in low, and putting the basket, but it won't count. Traveling is going to be the call on Jesse Warren.
And you see Jesse Warren, he's actually limping, tore his calf muscle last night in the game, and they weren't sure he was going to play tonight.
He gets the start. They feel they really need his rebounding. He's the tallest player that's playing regularly for either team at 6'6". Jackson won't get it. A long rebound off to Robert Washington. Washington looks and then will bring it up himself. Think about the Carter team. They all handle the ball, perhaps except for Warren, who's limping noticeably, as a matter of fact. Here's Bonewitz the other way. Bonewitz fakes the three, cuts inside. Washington's got him. Bonewitz in traffic, rolls it in. That's the first two for Bonewitz, who had 42 points in the semifinal, and it's 8-6. Here comes Carter, quickly back the other way. Warner misses, and the rebound torn down by Mathis. Hand off to Lundy, and it's pushed up to Bonewitz. Three-pointer. Jackson won't go, and the rebound torn down by Warner. Still 8-6. 5:15 to go in the opening period. Robert Washington. Double team in the strip away. Here's the takeoff. Lundy with the steal. He's got Mathis to the basket. It goes, and he's fouled. The game is tied, and the Hornets have a chance to take the lead with a free throw. Carter sends a sub into the lineup. Number 20, Brandon Sharp, is in.
Great defense down here on the post. Good weak side help by Jeremy Lear, and then they just come down and steal the ball. Watch how strong Dante Mathis finishes this play. Hangs just long enough. I mean, he got both arms just hacked and was able to finish that play.
Normally a good free throw shooter at about 77%. Doesn't get it down. There's a lob up to Curvin, who's into the game, and it's out of bounds. So Toby Curvin has entered the game for Dallas Carter.
Yeah, James Toby Curvin had a huge game last night against Clear Lake. Came in and had 5 steals all right in a row in the third quarter that really turned that game around.
This game is tied at 8. That ball's almost taken away, but it's pulled off by Charles Jackson. Jackson finds the man Lundy from the corner. Lundy had 14 points in the semi, has 4, and it's 10-8, 2-point lead, second time. East Central has had one, but it may not last long. Little Dipsy won't doodle, and the rebound goes out of bounds. It'll go to the black-clad East Central Hornets of San Antonio.
I couldn't tell you exactly what Anthony Good just did with the ball, but it was sweet.
Here comes Bonewitz, who's taking his time getting involved in the flow as they're watching him carefully. Lundy for 3, rimmed it, follow shot there, and that's another basket. First one for Charles Jackson, who had 19 points in the semi. It's 12-8, 4-point lead. Hornets lead pass in, 2-point lead just like that as Brandon Sharp gets his first basket. Neither team has led by more than 4. Neither team has had a lead more than about 4 seconds. Bonewitz, double team on him. They're watching him carefully. The open man is Jackson. It won't fall. The East Central Hornets are going to have to get some of those outside shots to fall while Bonewitz is being double teamed. Cutting inside is Washington. Streaking to the basket and rolling it in is the second basket for Brandon Sharp.
And just a beautiful look from Robert Washington. Pulled up, faked the jump shot, and dropped it down.
Back the other way. This is Dante Mathis, the pass inside, and a foul on Washington on the shot attempt by Lundy. Washington gets the call. Wow, we need these fouls just to slow things down a little bit.
It's incredible. Both teams play this way. We talked to the coaches before the game. They say, we're not changing anything at this stage. Everything we're going to do is going to be at this pace right here.
At the free throw line will be Lundy. Lundy has 4 points. 12-12 with 3:48 to go in the first period.
What's incredible about this East Central team is all year long they've averaged almost 109 points a game for Coach Bonewitz. That's awesome for a college team, but only playing 32 minutes a game. That is unheard of.
You got them both. Lundy's got 6. And now we'll have a timeout, I believe, with 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first period. It is San Antonio East Central 14. The Dallas Cowboys 12, and we'll be back with more first quarter action in a moment.
And they can only put up 92 points on the clock.
They average 107 points a game, and Hardin average that many points, but they almost average half that many on turnovers from other players. There's one that's thrown awry, but picked up loose. No control on the shot, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll go to East Central. That one, Carter got the ball in, but no real good control on the ball by Brandon Sharp, and so now the pressure is going to have to be attacked.
2-2-1 full court press by Carter.
Get it across the stripe with no problem. Bonewitz hadn't held the ball much. Here's his first 3. He front-rimmed it, and the rebound is torn down by Carter. The Cowboys Warner up quickly all the way to the basket, and 2 quick points is Jeremy Menze, his first basket. East Central has missed its first 6 threes in the game, but they're tied, so they've made up for it. And that man has not really gotten involved yet. He has only tried 2 attempts, 2 shots. He has hit 1. Oh, an inbounds play to perfection, except the finish. The shot doesn't go by Menze, and the rebound comes off to East Central on the attack. Drop pass off to the 15-foot stripe, and that's a gimme for Bonewitz. Bonewitz with the basket. Stacey Dudley got him the lead. 16-14. East Central, the ball knocked loose, picked back up by Carter. Thrown into traffic, bad pass, and here comes Bonewitz. Bonewitz has some room to maneuver, looking at the lane. Oh, the man for 10. Remember, the man averages not only 31 points, but over 10 assists a game, as we have a traveling violation whistled against Jeremy Menze.
And I'm telling you, Stanley Bonewitz, he makes something out of nothing. He came down just then. It was equal numbers. Didn't really have anything. Look at this beautiful pass. Draws the defense to him perfectly. Drops up. And look at the attention he's going to get. Every time Stanley Bonewitz gets the ball, look, 1, 2, 3 Carter guys there watching after him. Just a beautiful pass.
That's the danger of the double team, is he's such a good passer. He can kill you with an easy basket to someone else. Here's Bonewitz. If he was just a scorer, that would be one thing. But he's not. Running off the screen, there's a bad pass, but Bonewitz is the man to save it. Bonewitz working on Sylvester Lilly. Look at this, but Lilly almost got the last laugh. Bonewitz picks up the ball, has to flip it behind the back, still has it, blind pass. Ball finally comes off after exciting action to Dallas Carter, and it's thrown short and picked off by Curtis Lundy. Oh my, here's Dudley. Bonewitz 3. Swish! It's a 7-point East Central lead. There's a nifty behind the back by Lilly all the way, and the tap won't go. The rebound won't, but there's going to be a foul and going to get some shots here. Michael Warner. One thing Carter has done, they're hitting the boards, but they're not finishing the plays in close.
And that time Sylvester Lilly made just a beautiful, beautiful move at half court and then lost his footing. Just jumped up and didn't have anything to do with the ball. When you get in that situation, go ahead and do a jump stop. Watch this beautiful ball handling. Just went around the East Central guy like he went in. And then see, he lost his footing and ended up just throwing it up there. What coaches will teach you is when you're in that situation, go ahead and do a jump stop. When you see the paint, just come to a jump stop and let things develop from there.
Warner will have one more shot. He hasn't scored yet. He averages about 14. There you see the very successful rookie coach, Robert Wright. Now, talk about exciting. In their first game of the year, he got so excited, Robert did, that he fainted. That was the one game they lost. I guess they lost early, and of course they won their last 15 straight and have gone 32-6. High speed to the penetration, but the finish not there for Jackson, and the ball loose in the corner, but gathered up by Carter. On the push is Anthony Good. Good, the top scorer on the team. Spins in traffic, dumps the ball. Probably had a shot. Now he's going to try one on the second effort. Again, can't finish in, but Washington does. That's 8 for Robert. 21-17. Stacey Dudley dumps it back to Bonewitz in traffic, goes right-handed, scores. Bonewitz is a lefty, but he's a good scorer, so you know he can use them both. Ooh, what a... And here's a jam time. Stacey Dudley. And a bad pass and a turnover. Back to East Central. It's 25-17. East Central leading by 8, largest lead they've had. And they have the ball. The Hornets are going to send number 34, Jeremy Lear, back into the game.
Beautiful. What's great about that play is Stacey Dudley just absolutely picked the pocket of the Carter player. Carter player was dribbling, didn't have any idea where Dudley was.
Bonewitz posting, sliding underneath the defense and draws the foul. He slithered around like a rattlesnake in the south side of San Antonio. He really got his body in position to draw the foul.
Greg, one of the most exciting things about this Bonewitz kid is he does everything on the floor well. He rebounds well, and just then he showed you how well he posts up. I mean, he's shooting 59% from the field and 81% from the free throw line. So there's really no weakness to this kid's game. He's just an outstanding basketball player.
Has one more shot, didn't get that one to fall. He has scored 9 points here in the period. And his team leads at 25-17 with 55 seconds to go in the quarter.
He had 42 points last night. That's only 3 points off of the Texas State record of 45 held by Ira Terrell.
Nifty, well, off-balance shot as it turned out by Good, and ball retained, however. Good will try a 3, and that's a lot better. Anthony Good at 27 gets his first points in this game, 27 in the semifinal, and closes the gap to 5, 25-20. Court is spread, certainly. The open man is Landy. He won't get it down, but the follow will go by Dante Mathis, who has 4 points. He averages 8 rebounds a game in addition to his 21 points, 7-point lead. Good, having a lot of trouble. Over the shoulder dump to Washington. 3-point play possible. Washington gets the hoop.
Oh, man, are these kids fun to watch play basketball? A beautiful double pump by Robert Washington. Look at the ball handling. He loses it and still picks it up, dumps it over his shoulder. Look, draws the foul, hangs long enough, sticks it back in. And both those kids are only 2 points.
Second team foul. And at the free throw line, Washington with 1. He's already scored 10 points in this quarter. The average is about 20. He had 18 points in the semifinal. And the rebound comes down to Mathis. Mathis gets it across the line, always aware of where that pressing, trapping defense was. Bonewitz for 3. 3 more.
I tell you what, Carter's going to have to look around and know where he is on the floor. You cannot let Stanley Bonewitz come down and get a clean look at the basket like that.
Hey, we're headed to a 120-88 game after 1 quarter. That's the pace. It's 30-22 in favor of East Central. 1 quarter is in the books, and we'll be back. The game, a lot of steals. The interesting thing in that game is they only 23 points in the whole first half of the game in the semifinals. They got 22 here in the first quarter, and of course they scored 23 in the third quarter of their victory yesterday. But the pace is being dictated here by both teams. Shot tracked down in the corner by Manze. He'll try again. Good box out by Washington. Couple double fakes, and Washington is having a game. That's 12 points for Robert. It's 30-24.
Carter's now in a full court man-to-man press. And back out of that 2-2-1 they were in earlier.
It hasn't had a lot of effect. That wasn't a press that did that. That was just good defense in close. Here's Washington all the way. It's 30-26.
Hey, how about some room service? He brought that one way out to his. He had that by his hip when he cranked it.
Bonewitz, 12 points in the first period, misses that, and Washington, who is the leading scorer with 14, gets the rebound. Anthony Good, and a slay off on the right side. The assist pass goes to Borner. Borner on the board.
That time Dallas Carter had a 4-on-1. 3-4 guys for East Central still hadn't crossed half court when Carter made that layup.
Carter scores the first 6 points of the quarter, trims it down to a 2-point game, 30-28, and the ball's thrown away. That was miscommunication. Jeremy Lear was thinking Bonewitz was going to make a move to the basket. He did not, and now Carter has a chance to tie. Coming back into the game is Toby Kervin.
Watch this monster jam by Robert. Oh, no, that's the play where Borner made such a sweet, strong move.
Here comes the push to Manze. Manze on the fast break pass had to be reached for by Borner. Borner, nice fall away. Washington tried to tap. Probably should have brought it down, but his team still has it. Kervin. Three is there, and look out as Manze hits the three. We got a new leader. It's 31-30 in favor of the white-clad Carter Cowboys, but quickly there's a foul call on Manze.
I think this is a great coaching move by Robert Wright. Getting out of the 2-2-1, going into the man-to-man. East Central was having success attacking the backside of that 2-2-1 because they were just throwing it over the top of all the pressure. This is a nice coaching adjustment.
Carter scores the first 9 points of the period, and it's 31-30. Carter. Bonewitz is tripped up, and that'll be a foul. And that'll be the second quick foul on Manze.
Yeah, here's the one we wanted earlier. Watch Robert Washington. Look how strong he's going to that back. Hey, I played with a guy named Clyde Drexler, and that looked a whole lot like that guy.
All right, Robert, 6'5" junior, still has another year. In fact, that's the other thing about the Carter Cowboys. Lilly is a senior. Good is a junior. Actually, out of the starters, only one. Well, two. Borner is a senior. 3 of them are juniors, so 3 of them are back. Bonewitz rolls it in as he got a nice drop feed from Lear. Bonewitz now in 14. That ends the slide. And it's a 32-31. Well, not anymore. It's 33-32. Carter gets the basket. Borner gets it right back. It was an 11-2 run. Now from the corner is Lear. Long rebound. Popped high in the air. And popped over to Washington. Look at this one.
What an outstanding basketball play by Jeremy Manze. Popped the ball up straight in the air and then swat it down to Robert Washington. You're not going to find a better heads-up play than that.
Mathis can't get it. Bonewitz follows. Won't fall. The rebound torn down by Good. It's a 3-point Carter lead. Little back pressure and a steal. Take it off, and the lead pass to Bonewitz. Bonewitz with a right lay-in, and Bonewitz gets the basket thanks to the defensive work of his teammates, and it's 35-34. Carter, timeout Carter. We got 5 minutes and 9 seconds, and Coach Robert White wants to make sure that things are all
pressure, and there's one guy down there trying to get the ball in bounds. You know, and that's what happens, Greg, when you play up and down like that.
Good, averaged 19 points this year, 6'2" junior. Washington a 6'5" junior. Sylvester Lilly is a senior. He's one of the starters. Borner is a senior. Jesse Warren, a 6'6" junior. Outstanding football player. Jesse, though, as we saw early in the game, hampered by that strained right calf, and he's not been able to play much. He started the game. He's all wrapped up. On the sideline more than he's not.
And that's a huge blow to Dallas Carter. He's been in the top 10 in the state in rebounding all year long. Averages almost 15 rebounds a game, and that's tough to replace.
Lob pass saved by Sylvester Lilly. Lilly weaves by the D. He's got an open man on the right. And that's the man that's been scoring all the points. Robert Washington with 18 here in the first half. We still got 5 minutes to go in the half. 37-34, 3-point lead for Carter. The Cowboys on defense with the Hornets working the basketball, or trying to. Mathis. Bonewitz works the post, goes up with a right hand, can't get it to fall. However, his team is going with it on the follow fake, and a basket means a possible three-point play for Mathis.
Just great basketball by Dante Mathis. Grabbed the rebound, didn't have his bounce, didn't have his feet under him. Watch him. He grabs the rebound, and he just pump fakes, gets the guy up there, and watch his eyes. He's watching that defensive player the whole way, jumps up into him. You can't ask for a better play inside on the offensive boards than Dante Mathis just showed.
He's been to the free throw line once in this game and missed it, but he's normally pretty good, 77%. That's excellent, and he hits that one, makes the three-point play, and we're tied again at 37. And was it deflected is the question, and the answer is nope.
East Central's, I'm sorry, Greg. East Central's a fun team to watch on defense. Full court press. They run a 1-2-1-1. Basically, they just have a guy playing center field.
This is Lilly. Anthony Good. Three-pointer. A little short. And the rebound taken down by Dudley. Bonewitz. Oh, blind pass. Fake. Fire. What a block! Oh, my! It's taken out of the air by Good. Here's the lob lead up to Borner, and it's taken back by Charles Jackson. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was a block or a steal.
Yeah, you give him credit for both, I think, on that one.
Can you steal a shot?
He did. Mathis bubbles out, but the rebound is fought for hard and scored inside by Curtis Lundy. Lundy has 8 points, and it's 39-37, 2-point lead for the Black Can Hornets. Will it last? Yes, maybe. Blocked in close, but it's still loose on the court and torn away. Finally, Bonewitz comes in a pop pass up front. Here's Lundy, and he leaves it short. The rebound to Curvin. Back the other way. Good. Foul inside. It would have been a possible three-point play. Borner will go to the free throw line and shoot a couple. The pace never slackens.
It is just unbelievable, the speed, the way these guys are getting up and down the floor. Look at the beautiful pass from Anthony Good and a nice, strong move to the basket. Right there is exactly what coaches teach you. When you're inside, just like Michael Borner did, when you put your shot up, put your hand up against the backboard. If you slap it up against the backboard, there's no way that the defensive player can get his hand in there and swat the shot away.
At the line is Michael Borner. Rims it in. We'll get one more. Borner has 4 points, had 8 points in the semifinal game. Average is about 14. 6'5" senior.
Good free throw shooter. Hit 4 huge free throws last night against Clear Lake.
Got them both, and with 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in the first half, we got a timeout. We're tied again at 39. Stay with us. We'll be back to the Irwin.
44 seconds. They put up 35 points on the clock.
Gotta give Stan Bonewitz credit, though. His team has not been overly plagued with the turnover. They have done a pretty good job there. Whoa, that was close. But look what happens if you beat it. Oh, bang time, Stacy Dudley. And it's 41-39. Oh, man. Sylvester Lilly. Well, they're up in play, too, aren't they?
Boy, they were really
back. Washington gets the basket.
A little over the back that time. Brandon Sharp was just riding an East Central players back all the way down to the floor.
Carter has 16 points on 10 offensive rebounds in this game. And they've been aggressive, and the man who's been doing most of it is Robert Washington. He's got 20 points in the first half.
A monster jam by Stacy Dudley. And hey, when you get a dunk like that, go ahead and swing your feet a little bit and come down and look around at guys.
And it's 41-41. Of course, this game being broadcast on radio on the UIL Sports Network. And these folks here, I told them they'd get some camera time. They sat behind the HSE sign. That's Gary DeLon on the right. He's in the green coat. He's a long-time high school broadcaster out of San Antonio. In fact, a little trivia, though, he was once a play-by-play man in the ABA with the old Houston Mavericks. How many people remember the Houston games? That's why they were only there 1 year, but Greg, they did exist.
Greg, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're an old dude.
Oh, gee.
I grew up in Houston. I've never even heard of the Houston Mavericks.
That's the same time the Dallas Chaparrals were playing in Dallas.
Sure. Coach Nodal.
And the Anaheim no, that was a women's team that he coached after Rice.
I was so close. I was trying to hang right there with you.
41-41. Dallas Chaparrals had, well, they had Cliff Hagan, and the Houston team had Slater Martin. There's a couple names I'm dropping. Okay, it's 41-41. And the ball is taken away by Sylvester Lilly. Behind the back and still loose. Well, as I said, we're letting them play, aren't we? Are they ever going to blow the whistle? They finally did.
Yeah,
and they're going to use the arrow.
At some point in the middle of that scrum, you got to just call something. Call a foul, call a jump ball, call something.
Actually, you have to, because there's a point where even if nobody totally controls it, when you got everyone dumping into a pile, so nobody has really tied it up, you got to just go with the arrow.
Yeah, watch, it's a rugby scrum. Everyone's just down there diving, rolling all over the floor.
Live action, Curtis Lundy. He's got to get past the defense, so he'll drive past it, bubble it out, and it's going to be stolen and still alive, but picked off by Sylvester Lilly. Behind the line, 3 points for Jeremy Manze, his second in the quarter, and it's a 3-point lead for the Carter Cowboys, 44-41. Nice block, no call. Here come the Hornets back the other way. Jackson from the corner. And a rebound, and a little, well, we may have to use an arrow here. The arrow this time will go the other way. Today is an amazingly busy day, as you know. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll be going in. Washington for three. He's already scored 20 points, most inside. And the rebound finally popped out to Bonewitz. Dante Mathis. Mathis dumps it down low. This is Dudley. Dudley can't get it to fall. And a rebound torn down by Sharp. Anthony Good. Sylvester Lilly. Oh, creative three-pointer. Won't go. Washington with another rebound. Good. Drop back to Lilly. To Good. He loses out of bounds.
And that was a beautiful pass. That was great ball movement. Just couldn't quite handle it inside. But nice movement by Sylvester Lilly of moving things out and spreading the defense.
14th turnover in the first half for Carter. But they lead it by 3. They've held East Central to only 11 points in this quarter so far. On the drive, it is not going to count. Offensive foul.
Yeah, that's a great call. Chaz Jackson just was determined from the time he caught the ball. He was going to the hole. Nice defense by Brandon Sharp. You'll see it right here. Brandon Sharp sets up absolutely the right call. Nice piece of officiating.
Pressure on the inbounds applied by East Central, and it works. The steal and the shot short. The rebound. Carter off the chest, picked off by Good. Manze. The open man is Sharp. He airballs it. Washington with a rebound. Sharp. 2 points. 46-41. That 5-point lead is the largest Carter has had in the ball game.
Fast break. Nice look off. Beautiful play by Jeremy Manze. Looked at the defensive player, just showed him the ball a little bit and went strong to the hole.
48-41 is the score with 34 seconds left. Bonewitz has it blocked from behind, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Interesting enough, Stanley Bonewitz must be a little bit tired. He's looking over at his dad saying, I need a breather. And the reason you can tell that is because usually Bonewitz has the ball in his hands about 95% of the time. He brings it down the floor, he handles it, he starts the offense, and he hadn't been that effective, hadn't had that many touches here the last 4 or 5 minutes.
He's got a touch now. He's got 27 seconds left in the period. Bonewitz moves inside and hits. So he got untied. He's got 18 points.
It's amazing how quick you recover when you get the ball in a scoring opportunity.
40.
From defense, Dad. I'm tired.
Wait, we got the ball. No, wait a minute. We guard guys again. There's a takeaway. This game getting closer yet. And a nice soft little jam by Dante Mathis. And it's 48-45 with 4 seconds. Lilly on the court and a foul as he was going to the hole. And, you know, with 1.3 seconds, it's 48-41.
Yeah, beautiful steal that time. And what you don't want to do if you're Dallas Carter or you're East Central, you don't want to try to dribble through traps. That time, Carter tried to dribble through the middle of 3 guys and just lost control of the ball.
At the horn, Washington short, and we have reached the end of a thrilling and exciting first half of play. The Carter Cowboys, with a 26-point second period, hold the East Central Hornets to 15, but it's still a 3-point game. At halftime, 48-45. We're only halfway through this one. It's the Carter Cowboys 48, the East Central Hornets 45. And I guess the one thing that is holding true is that's the way it was supposed to be. That's what the form chart said this game would be.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what both coaches told us. Said, hey, look, we've run and gun the entire year. We're not going to come in and change just because we're in the state finals and playing someone who's going to play the same way. We knew this is what we were going to expect, and man, was it a great first half of basketball.
And we're going to show you some highlights, but man, when you do highlights in a game like this, let's just say these are just bare minimum sample representations.
Yeah, that's exactly right. East Central did a good job handling the press and doing, especially what Chaz Jackson just showed you, is attacking from the other end. But when you talk about East Central, you talk about Stanley Bonewitz. Here he is just shaking all one-on-one basketball, pulls up with a beautiful three-pointer. Stanley actually got a little tired in the first half, and that'll be a big key here in the second half. But certainly the story for the Carter Cowboys was the play of 6'5" Robert Washington. Led the first half in scoring with 20 points.
Okay, that's
led
okay,
the first half in rebounds. 15 rebounds in the first half. And that's not to mention at all, he led the game in highlights. What's a beautiful tip by Jeremy Manze, swats it down, and here's one of about 6 highlights that we have of Robert Washington.
Oh, yeah, 20 and 15, not bad for half. Shooting, as you see, East Central and Carter both shooting a little under 50%. Free throws about the same thing, a little under 50% for at least East Central right at it. Three-point shooting, maybe not as good as it might be, as you might have expected. Turnovers, that 10 is amazing. That East Central has only turned it over 10 with the vaunted Carter pressure. Here's Bonewitz with 18 points. He leads the way. Mathis 9, Lundy with 8, and Dudley with 6. And on the other side for the Carter Cowboys, there's the 20 for Washington. 15 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds. Most of those points came that way. Manze with 10, Warner with 6, and there's 7, and Sharp with 6. And we're just about set to start the second half of the game. Oh boy, hope you got what you needed. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I hope you got what you needed between the halves, because here we go, folks. It will be put in play by East Central.
Coach Bonewitz told us he thought a key to this game was going to be rebounding, and it certainly has been. Dallas Carter had 32 rebounds to only 20 for East Central. Certainly at halftime, that was a big, big key of what Coach Bonewitz talked to his kids about.
Oh, man, 20 rebounds, and Washington had 15 by himself for the other team.
Well, someone's going to have to put a body on Robert Washington.
Bonewitz can't get the first shot to go, and he had an open look, but a nice hustle play, and the follow won't go again, and, well, more hustle plays. The rebounds are getting closer, aren't they? About 2 right there. Dante Mathis stayed with it, and a foul.
Yeah, Jesse Warren just is not 100%. He is playing on one leg, and it's a big, strong leg, but it's only one leg, because normally he'll get that rebound. That rebound is his when it goes up. But that's what we were just talking about, Greg, that's what the San Antonio basketball team's got to do to win this ball game, is they've got to attack the boards like they did that time.
Yeah, they miss Warren full strength. This is a man that, according to the Carter stats, averages about 15 rebounds a game. And he hadn't been able to play much. Fortunately, Washington's taken over a lot of that slack.
Yeah, the best description you just gave is a man. He is a full-grown man. He is huge. A defensive end for the Carter football team will probably get a scholarship next year to go play football somewhere.
Most famous basketball player out of Carter, Michael Williams, former Baylor star, an NBA player. Quickly on the attack the other way. 2 quick baskets to Warner, who has 9 points, and it's 50-47. 3-point lead. Holds. Carter bumped off the ball. Nice little 12-footer goes for Dante Mathis, who has both scoring opportunities here. 4 points, 13 points in the game. Contact, offensive foul, turns it over. And now with a, wait a minute, we may have a overrule, or at least a discussion. One official may say, I didn't see it that way. Are you sure? And he isn't really overruling him, but he's saying, I'm not sure. I saw it at maybe a different angle. Do you want any help?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing there, because one official cannot overrule another official. I don't think they called a charge as much as just who the ball was out of bounds on. And the other official ran up and said, hey, I had a better angle. I saw it clear. It's going the other way. But one official cannot overrule another one.
No, if the other official had been positive to stick with his call, they would have had to stick with the call. That ball is taken away. Hornets get it, rolling around on the court. This is little tangle job. Here they come up quickly to Jackson. Chaz, the open man is Landy, and Landy, again, the assist quick pass.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Stanley Bonewitz. Stanley does a great job of looking the guy off. He's looking way out into the stands, rifles it inside to Jeremy Lear.
And it's 51-50. East Central gets the lead back, knocking the ball away. Carter will hold on to it. Carter again in the white, if you have joined us recently, not with us in the beginning. And the San Antonio East Central Hornets are in the black. Now, there's a lot at stake here besides the state championship. The Hornets have not lost a game all year. As Carter gets the ball inside quickly in the basket to Warner, that gives him 11, and it changes the lead again, 52-51, Dallas. East Central up court. Chaz Jackson. Lundy. Yep. 2 points.
For the first half, East Central only shot 20% from the three-point line. That's well below what they usually shoot for a game. They usually shoot about 34%.
Struggle for the rebound. The officials will have to decide who knocked it out. And it looks like it's going to stay on this end as we take a look at Stan Bonewitz, the coach at East Central.
In his 26th year of high school basketball.
Knocked loose, picked up on the court by Sharp. Sharp goes for it again, and it's torn away by Dante Mathis. Bonewitz keeps his hands off it wisely as it was deflected by Carter. We played about 2 minutes of the third quarter. Bonewitz's team has taken a 1-point lead. Jackson. Mathis. Bonewitz. He wants to make a move behind the big screen. There's a three. Got it. Stan Bonewitz has 21.
And credit for that basket goes to big Jeremy Lear, who set a great screen on Sylvester Lilly.
Yeah, Jeremy, you think, can set some. He's got some size as the ball is run into the desk by Dante Mathis. We'll bring, Jeremy Manze back into the game.
Yeah, I apologize. That wasn't on Sylvester Lilly. It was on James Curvin. Toby Curvin is the one that got picked off on that big Lear screen.
56-52. Carter with the ball, but trailing. Here's a two-point attempt by Curvin. Won't go. And a rebound taken down by Mathis. Chaz Jackson on the push. All the way. Leaves it short. There's another rebound to Robert Washington. Stolen away by Jackson. The foul goes.
Hey, what a tip from Jeremy Lear. I mean, he's the consummate team player. That's the second time he's done something that won't show up in the stats, but have led to big buckets for his East Central basketball team.
East Central up to a 6-point lead. Largest lead they have had is 8. The largest that Carter has had is 5. It has been much closer than that most of the way. Here's Good with a running one-hander, and it won't fall. He's had a tough game in this one. The follow by Washington is knocked away and picked off by East Central's Hornets, and finally kicked out of bounds by Curvin. Let's talk about Anthony Good. Tough game so far. 27 points in the semifinal, and number 12 for Dallas Carter has scored only once on a 3-point field goal in the first quarter.
Well, a lot of that's the tough thing about playing back-to-back basketball. You know, you have an emotional game in the semifinals last night and then come back the next night, and it's just hard to get your legs under you. Watch the heads-up play by Jeremy Lear. Good job of Chaz Jackson. Watch the tip right here. The ball's loose, pops it up, and look at Lear just knock it over to Chaz Jackson. And you just don't find a better heads-up basketball play than that right there by Jeremy Lear.
A couple of changes in the lineup. Yeah, here coming in, you see Stacy Dudley. This is Lear. The long three-pointer is not going to go by Jackson, and the rebound off to Carter. Warner getting credit for it. Three-pointer by Manze. Banked it left. Bonewitz keeps it alive. Manze steals it into his teammate. Nice fake. Play.
A great fake by Anthony Good. Wraparound fake pass around Chaz Jackson's legs and then went up strong.
So Good gets his first basket since the opening period. It's 58-54. 4-point East Central lead, and down away from the basketball.
Yeah, nice piece of officiating.
They get a
right
little
here.
too physical, aren't they? And one of the officials caught that. That was official Mike Fagan trying to calm things down.
Yeah, Stacy Dudley and Jeremy Manze just got tangled up, and they both threw their arms up. Nice piece of officiating. Run out immediately. No reason to call anything. You know, both guys were guilty of it. And just say, hey, look, guys, knock this out. We don't want any part of that.
Here's the rebound play inside as the ball was kept alive. Nice hustle. And a fake by Good, you saw. Now, meanwhile, back live action. The ball kicked away out of bounds, but it'll stay where it is. Again, if you're new to high school basketball or haven't seen a game for a number of years, rules probably haven't changed much since you were in high school. They play 4 8-minute quarters, no shot clock, but the three-point line, which is the same as the college line. Nice feed inside with the ball roll for him, though. Rebound kept alive, finally torn down inside by Dudley. He'll try it, and he'll get it. Dudley. 60-54, East Central.
Oh, beautiful pass from Anthony Good.
Warner gets the basket, and it's 60-56.
Anthony Good showing you why he's number 4 in the state of Texas in assists this year.
You know, another reason why this press has been tough for a lot of success is Bonewitz bangs in at 2 is that all of the East Central players are so well able to handle the ball. They don't have any of these big forwards that don't handle it. Shot outside gets it right back to Sylvester Lilly.
And when you cross half court, you better know where your man is because the shot's going up. You've got to turn around. As soon as you cross half court, turn around, find your man, and match up.
62-58. Bonewitz has 23 points. Moves away inside to the line. 12-footer rolling in. 25 points for Stanley Bonewitz, who's headed to Texas Tech and James Dickey.
And you think in Lubbock they aren't excited about this kid.
I think they could use 3 of his points today, as I hear. Texas beat them in overtime in the men's championship of the Southwest Conference. 64-58, still alive.
You know, it's interesting. Last night in the semifinal game, sat up next to a lady from Lubbock that drove all the way down just to see Bonewitz play.
Wow. Well, she's seeing something. 42 and now 27. It's 64-58, 2:48 to go, third quarter. The lead is East Central of San Antonio.
Think about it. We want to get up 100 shots.
Well, if you hit 50%, there's your 100 points. Especially when you throw in the 3-pointers, you do better than that.
A high school basketball team talking about putting up 100 shots in a game.
That's more than 3 shots a minute of action. That's jump off. A little short, and the ball taken off by Stacy Dudley. The Hornets with a 64-58 lead. Ooh, a little danger on that pass. It's picked off by Jackson. Carter looks like they're coming out even a little tighter, but cutting around is Bonewitz. He beat the defense, but not the shot. The rebound off to Borner. Here's Lilly. Touched by 2. Neither one handled. Off Manze's hands, out of bounds. That's sort of an unforced error that kind of makes your coaches a little upset.
Can we call Robert Wright Sir Robert?
He does look like Sir Charles.
Man, I tell you what, if they had a contest.
It is 64-58 with 2 minutes and 23 remaining in the third.
Robert Wright's done a great job with this Carter basketball program. He's an assistant there for 5 or 6 years, and now his first year at the helm as the head coach. Is a real strict disciplinarian, really keeps a tight rein on the kids, and they respect him for that, and they respond to that.
Bonewitz has missed his second in a row. The drop back, good. Good, drops it over to Manze. And the rebound to Mark Mathis. Here comes Bonewitz now on a 2-on-2. Bonewitz looping it high, but he was defended quite well there by Borner. Now Borner leads the break the other way. Back to Borner from his teammate Washington. Borner with the hoop. Stolen away by Carter. Lilly throws it in.
You talk about a sweet little jumper from 5'10" Sylvester Lilly.
Now the trap. It's a 2-point game. Hornets have to move it out of the trap, and they just barely do. It was deflected by Carter's Manze, who's trying to get a call that isn't there.
Stanley Bonewitz did exactly what you should do. When you're facing the kind of pressure that the Carter Cowboys throw at you, you've got to back up and try to throw it over the top. The only problem is you better not float that pass. You better put some zip on it or somebody's going to run through it.
Ball knocked away on a good defensive effort by Good, but he stepped on the line and he came down with the ball, so it'll still be East Central's ball. Minute 24 to go in the period. 64-62. It's East Central's 2-point lead. Bonewitz will inbound. I think Mr. Gettings saw that one coming because they ran that one yesterday.
Stacy Dudley, they got that same play twice last night.
And there's a quick basket. See, it doesn't count. They all count for 2. Now, Borner's been the big scorer. He's got 10 points in the quarter for Carter. And it's 64-66. This will be a 3 if it goes. One day.
It is phenomenal, the number of these kids that can shoot.
69-64, 5-point lead. Washington rolls it in. His first basket of the period. He's got 22 points, though, in the game. We're inside a minute. 69-66. East Central. Quick one-hand float pass and 2 points for Mathis.
Chaz Jackson. Beautiful pass off the dribble, one hand.
71-66. Three-pointer good. It isn't. And the rebound down on the court to Dudley. 26 seconds. Dudley tries to dribble out, and it's going to be, I think, tripped or pushed. Foul will be on Anthony Good. 23 seconds left. You know the thing about this, it's amazing, Reed. All these points being scored, neither team fouling enough to shoot any free throws. Normally, when you have a high-scoring game, you have to have free throws in there, not this one. It was a 3 for 5 and 3 for 6 in the first half. There have been 2 foul shots attempted in this half.
Well, the big reason for that is all 10 guys hadn't been on the same end of the floor yet. You hadn't had enough guys down there to foul anyone.
Doesn't get congested this way.
Yeah, that's right. Talking about the ultimate spacing.
Bonewitz, 13 seconds on the clock. Almost lost the dribble, now spins it off on the right side. Landy, 7 seconds. Oh, an open lane. Mathis. 73-66, and it is the end of 3. The shot doesn't count too late. We played 3, and East Central has reclaimed the lead with a big third quarter. It's 73 for San Antonio East Central, 66 for the Dallas Carter Cowboys. We'll be back. Play, a lot more points to be scored, but San Antonio East Central has taken a lead by 7 as we see some of the action in the flat. Now look at this pass we're going to see in a moment.
Yeah, and the second pass is just as sweet right there. Look at the quick, sharp pass from Robert Washington. Both of them were sweet. Between the legs, behind the back.
Now, however, Carter is trailing by 73-66. Outscored 28-18 in the third quarter.
It's crazy. I saw Stanley Bonewitz throw that same between the legs bounce pass last night. I mean, you can go 5 years and not see anybody try to throw the ball between his legs. Seen 2 and 2 nights.
Scoring leaders through 3. Bonewitz with 25. Dante Mathis 17. 15 for Curtis Lundy for East Central. 22 for Robert Washington. 17 for Michael Warner on the other side. The ball will be jumped up, and the arrow will give it to East Central. On the turnover.
I'm surprised down here when East Central gets the ball down the offensive end. I'm surprised they're not sending Stanley Bonewitz down and letting post up little James Kervin.
Lots of trouble here, but he did not move his pivot knee, as it were. Here comes Dante Mathis. Lundy. Well, he was using his knee, and Lundy hits from the corner. That's 17 for him.
What's that rule? Once you establish a knee, you can't change.
I think that's it. Weaving his way through is Lilly. The dish off to Warner. Oh, tough shot missed, and the rebound to Bonewitz. And he's trapped double team, but he passes the ball out. His teammate Charles Jackson. Lump pass back to Bonewitz. He's hit, rolls it up, won't fall. The thing about Bonewitz, when he gets in close enough, he'll shoot with either hand. He doesn't care whichever one's most convenient.
That goes back to the point I was talking about earlier. Bonewitz ought to go down there and post up. At 6'3", he's got a huge height advantage over the defensive player who's only 5'10". Here he is shooting that right hand, and that's what coaches will always tell you. If you get fouled and you're down there close to the basket, throw it up there. Put it up on the rim and give the ball a chance to go in.
Normally a superb foul shooter. He's missed his only 2 attempts until that one. He's got 26 points. And it is a 10-point lead. It has never been this large. And if you're going to get one large, this is when to do it. 27 points for Bonewitz at 77-66. And it's barely saved. And a foul. A nice aggressive move there on the drive into the basket lane by Forney.
Hey, you're talking about a 10-point lead. A 10-point lead doesn't mean squat in a game like this. No. The way these guys are getting up and down the floor. Nice play by Michael Porter, being aggressive, taking the ball to the hole. He's a big, strong kid, got nice, strong shoulders, done a good job. He hit 4 huge free throws last night against Clear Lake that really put the game away.
That was last night. He has hit 2 of 4 in this game. Robert Wright, the graduate of Texas A&M. And a rebound torn down finally by Chaz Jackson, who'll take it all the way to the basket. Chaz Jackson.
Man, you talk about a man on a mission. He got the ball out here at about 90 feet and just took off with it.
Good, loops a pass into the corner. This is Manze, and he runs into the big guys. And then a little bit of running into the little guys. Here's the attack. Chaz. Mathis.
Boy, Carter needs a timeout really bad.
It's all of a sudden a 15-point ball game. And a charge as Bonewitz got himself in position and was run over by Good, who's had a tough game. Anthony has scored just 5.
But that was a situation where the players weren't looking over Coach Robert Wright. He wanted a timeout. Momentum clearly in favor of East Central. That was a situation where that play should have never occurred. Somebody on the floor has got to be cognizant of what the coach wants. Robert Wright was standing up, calling for a timeout. He should have gotten that timeout call.
He has one now, but his team all of a sudden is behind by 15. The point you made is is correct in the sense that a 10-point lead means nothing, except the other guys have to stop scoring, and that's been the hard part. It's going to be hard now to keep East Central from scoring.
Watch Chaz Jackson. The ball pops out. Look where he grabs it. And I mean, he said, hey, look, I am going to shoot a layup, and I don't care who gets it. Oh, no, that's the beautiful pass off where he made a move. It was the play before that where he grabbed the ball, went the entire length, and really never slowed down. Did a great job of getting the ball up over the front of the rim.
You know, let's talk one thing about why these two teams were able to play this kind of game, and it's something I alluded to but really couldn't develop earlier. They don't have your typical centers, forwards, guards. They have 5 players. You look at Chaz, you look at Dante, they'll get the rebound, they'll bring the ball all the way down the court. Anybody will beat the trap. They don't have 2 guys that have to do it. All 4 of the 5 can do it.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and it's interesting because not only is that true offensively for both Coach Wright and Coach Bonewitz, it's true defensively. You know, normally you've got to have your big guy back in the back of the press, but here, say, Jeremy Lear, who's playing center for East Central, he scores a basket, he's going to stay there on the point of the press, and someone else will fill in. So all 10 guys really interchangeable on both ends of the floor.
Pushing the ball up court, Chaz Jackson. He has a trap to face now. 3-man line. Can he get it away? Yep, found the man. Cutting outside with Mathis. Bonewitz finally gets it. A long 3. Rebound. Stolen away. There's that quickness of Jackson. Lundy. And did he travel yet?
Good call. Good call.
The turnover gives it back. 6 minutes and 16 seconds to play. There's another factor, too. Bonewitz's team, Coach Bonewitz, has to keep playing Bonewitz basketball. They don't milk this lead really down the stretch as Kervin gets the basket. That can foul everything up. And here they're playing their basketball as they just come right back and score the long pass to Lear.
Yeah, I'm here to tell you the throttle has 2 positions, off and full tilt.
And there's a 2. His toes were on the line to good.
So again, second time in a row.
And the follow, well, they may get another rebound. Eddie Will. That'll be Lear.
Hey, you talk about an unsung hero on this East Central basketball team. I really like this Lear kid. Jeremy Lear has done a lot of intangible things this evening for the East Central Hornets.
Manze's 3 doesn't go, and the rebound off to the Hornets. The Hornets are keeping the push off. Here's Chaz Jackson. Look at the way he avoided the charge.
Chaz Jackson.
87 to 70. 17 points. Good, having a lot of trouble. Here comes Bonewitz. Bonewitz weaving inside. Swish! It's 89 to 70. East Central is on a 20 to 5 run. And another takeaway. Jackson. Bonewitz. 3 ball.
Oh my goodness. Woo! Son, you want to talk about exploding.
It is a 22-point lead for the undefeated San Antonio East Central Hornets.
Man, I mean, like a stick of dynamite. Here it is, a 4 or 5 point ball game. All of a sudden you look up and they've got a 22-point lead. Man, oh man.
4 minutes and 56 seconds left. Bonewitz has reached his average and a little more. 32 points for Stanley Bonewitz.
And they just keep coming at you. I mean, it's not like we're gonna pull it back and run some time off the clock. No way, baby. We're cranking it up. Man. Hey, are they fun to watch or what?
One of the most potent offensive shows in the history of high school basketball, not just Texas high school basketball. This is any team that averages 107 points a game. It is easy to say that without even checking the books.
Well, they've been ranked #1 in the state all year long, and USA Today at the end of the regular season had them ranked #6 in the country, and they do it on both ends of the floor. You know, a lot of people talk about Bonewitz's offensive skills. He does some real nice jobs down there defensively, not necessarily on the ball as much as he does gambling and stealing passes and anticipating things. 32 points after a 42-point night. Hey, and if you're wondering, the record for Texas State final, most points in a weekend in one game is 111 points back in 1972.
Carter back down the other way by Borner, and Borner leaves it short, tries it inside, knocked away. It'll still be the Cowboys basketball.
I mean, Robert Wright's got to feel like a truck just hit him. Doesn't even know where that came from.
He scored 19 points in 3 minutes. That's a shot out in the corner. Here come the Hornets. They make it, not this time, a little bit too wide for Lear. Remember, we just played just slightly more than 3 minutes, so they've scored 19 points in this quarter. The scoop shot, nice move there by Jeremy Menze. And it's 19-6 in the quarter is what the scoring is, and it's 92-72 on the sideline, out of bounds. At halftime, Carter led by 3.
And there's some guys out on the floor, East Central, that are not very good free throw shooters. Dallas Carter would do good to start fouling some people. Specifically, Jeremy Lear struggled this year. Good coaching move. Get him out right there. Jeremy Lear shoots 51% from the free throw line. He's done a lot of great things, but when a kid's got a weakness, go ahead and take him out, and he's done his job. Nice piece of coaching by Stan Bonewitz.
That won't go, and there's another offensive board for Robert Washington. He's up to 24 points, but he has been held in check a lot more in the second half. 92-74. Double team, ball out of bounds. Deflected, it'll stay with the black-clad San Antonio East Central Hornets. They were in the Final Four last year, but lost in the semifinal round. And that experience has certainly paid off.
And this is their third trip to the Final Four. Back in '88, they showed up 34-0. Also lost in the semifinals to Sam Houston, high school out of Houston, Texas.
Bonewitz works behind the screen, looking to get loose. Change of pace dribble. 2 more. 34 for the Texas Tech future star. Bonewitz 76 points. The San Antonio championship 2-game record. No San Antonio team. There's a shot inside that won't go. Offensive board and a foul. This will be coming through. It'll be on Stacey Budley.
Oh, now this is interesting. You're calling this a 2-shot foul. Watch, clearly Robert Washington was going up, but the rule is that a tip is not a shot unless it goes in. So right there, you can't call that a 2-shot foul. It can be a 1-and-1, but it was not a shot.
Washington will get to shoot. By the way, I misread the note. Bonewitz's 76 points is a 5A championship 2-game record, not the overall state tournament record. The old record 75 by Dan Smith of Denton in 1961. So he has set a record in this one. And one more shot for Washington.
I talked about Dallas Carter being shell-shocked. I still can't believe that suddenly we're looking at a 19-point ball game.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? It's set 94-76, 3:40 to play. East Central has the lead over Dallas Carter.
Jump on the saving.
40 seconds to go in the 5A championship game for boys. 94-76 fourth quarter, East Central. And now it's time for the Gatorade Thirst Quencher play of the game. And if East Central is involved, it'll be Chaz Jackson. Look at that pass wrap around, and then here they come on the attack the other way. Chaz Jackson all the way. And once again, how do you pick a play of the game in this one? Let's just say that was one of them. That was brought to you by Gatorade. Bonewitz will inbound the ball. Bonewitz with 34 points.
Nice job by Carter having somebody back deep. You see all those players lined up across the free throw line. Generally in that situation, you expect one guy to break long for a home run baseball pass. Nice job of Carter having somebody back to prevent that.
Chaz Jackson dribbles past the defense. Landy looks for Bonewitz. Got away with a little bit of a hop there. Stop pop from the lane. And the rebound taken down by Tyrone Ellis at the end of the game, and it's taken away from him. And Landy gets 2 more. Curtis Landy has 19 points. He averages about 10. He's had a good game. 20-point lead once again, 96-76. Lack of defense on that. As Lilly got the shot up, and on the rebound, a pushing foul will be called on the Hornets. And we're going to get, looks like, Jeremy Lear back into the game. That's the 4th foul on Dudley. Carter will also send Toby Curvin back in, and he'll replace Lilly.
There's something we didn't point out in the first half. Nice piece of coaching by Stan Bonewitz. What he did is he took his son, who normally plays that center field position in the full court press, put him back on the back end of it, let him rest some, so here in the second half he'd be fresh. And boy, has it paid off here in the second half.
There's a long lead pass, just run and catch it. That was the theory, and, well, it still exists, except it's going the other way. Well, Mansley got the handle in time. Let's put it that way. Here's good. And there they go, and that's going to be a triple. Foul will be on Menze. Nobody is shooting yet.
But down by 20 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Definitely a time for Robert Wright's team to start fouling. Make East Central win this game at the free throw line.
Hornets. Stanley Bonewitz. Jeremy Lear. Mathis needs help here. Bonewitz looking now. The trap's going to try to get him, so he flips it all the way across the court. A three-pointer, not going to go. The rebound, though, Lear won't get it up. He'll try it again, and he will be fouled. Jeremy's a 6'4" senior. Now, this tournament, these are individual highs. They put these in your memory bank. They're not likely any of them are going to fall in this game, but guys came from pretty close.
I was about to say, Rick Boyd down there with 44 points.
And Bonewitz got to get 10, and his team has such a big lead with only 2:24.
Oh, 2:24, he could put up another 2.
Well, if they do start fouling, too, that would be a factor. If Carter decided to start fouling a lot of free throws or shot. Clear will get one more.
This situation right here, Dallas Carter players are to lock it away in their memory. Jeremy Lear's played a great ball game, but he has not shot well this year from the free throw line, and there he missed 2 in a row.
But all for naught. Three-pointer outside doesn't go by Jackson, and it's run out of bounds. It'll go to Carter. And Carter can put this in their memory bank, knowing they got a lot of underclassmen, 3 out of 5 starters. They've started building a great program under Robert Wright. Sometimes you got to come here first. Yeah, and of course, in their case, they ran into a tremendous team. There's a shot from outside that won't go by Curvin. And Washington with the follow inside. 28 points for Washington. 96-78. Bonewitz. Dante Mathis is tripped, and will that go? That may go. Yes!
Goodness, goodness, goodness.
21 points for Mathis. 98 points with 1:59 to play for the Hornets.
I mean, look at what a solid, Robert Washington had hold of him, and he's a big, strong kid. Look at it, just grabbed onto his arm and just threw it up there. Nice, soft backspin. They just keep coming at you, Greg. I mean, it doesn't matter what the score is, doesn't matter what the situation is on the clock. They are going to keep attacking that basket.
Mathis at the free throw line has 21 points and 14 rebounds. Pretty good for a guy who gets second billing on the team, huh? 98-78. Curvin. Long rebound as Robert Washington keeps mounting them up. He's had a 30-point game. 98-80. Drop lead off basket. 2 more. That's Dudley. He's got 12. 100-80 with 1:37. 25 times in 35 games. East Central has scored 100 or more this year with 8-minute quarters. Washington. They're good, rather. Make that good. He has 9. 100-82. How about 102-82? That's Jackson. And we got 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. It's 102-82, 20-point lead. They're celebrating over on the sideline. Wouldn't be terribly surprised if Coach Bonewitz, he's looking up at the clock, puts a few people in so they can say they were actually on the court. They have a, well, from an announcer standpoint, I hope he doesn't put everybody in, because they got 18 players listed on the roster. Here's the last play. This didn't take long.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think Stanley Bonewitz does the best job of, and he's done a good job handling the pressure the entire ballgame. But you see how he caught the ball? His first look wasn't to dribble. His first look was he looked up the floor and threw it down to a streaking wide-open teammate.
Now, see, you only do that if your team, if that's always going to be there. If you know that guy's going. Our attendance, a new record this year for the entire tournament Final Four, 103,491. And our attendance tonight in the building, 14,898. How about that? Almost 15,000 here tonight. And for the tournament, 103,491 for the 15 games. A new record for Austin.
And I tell you what, if you haven't been to Austin, the UIL state tournament, you're missing a great show. You know, we saw some great basketball games all weekend. The 2A, the 3A, and the 4A game right before this one was as good a basketball as you could hope to see anywhere.
Overtime. Well, ball kicked loose, and the shot is up. And Port Arthur Lincoln won that game, by the way, in that game against Austin Anderson in overtime. It's 102-84. On the pass off, it may be on. It's going to be on the defense as Bonewitz hits the deck. Clock stops at 54.9 seconds. 102-84. San Antonio East Central. The Hornets will be the 1995 Texas 5A Boys High School Basketball Champions. There'll be some celebrating in San Antonio tonight.
That man deserves a lot of credit. You know, he ends up the season 35-0, and that's just remarkable. This day and age, when you see, you know, like take the Dallas Carter team. There's so many kids in the state of Texas that can play basketball. We go through an entire season every night to have your kids ready. They had a target on them all year long, ranked #1 in the state, and every night they came to play. And to finish the season 35-0 is just a remarkable accomplishment.
We'll never forget that ever. That puts you right up there with the best that have ever played in the state of Texas. 102-86. And a foul in the inbounds play, so we are going to get a few free throws. Bonewitz, of course, missing the last one. He's got 34 points, but let's not forget Robert Washington, because he's not going to forget him. Robert's coming back next year to play for Robert Wright, and Robert Washington, number 00 for the Cowboys, has also scored 30 points. Robert, 20 rebounds or something in that neighborhood.
Yeah, Robert Wright has just done a great job with this Dallas Carter basketball program. You know, at a school where football's dominated so long, for this man to come in his first year, really put in his system, and to have the kids respond like this, I guarantee you that man right there is going to be a fixture here at the state tournament for a long time.
103-86. The biggest player on the court has come in, number 55, Matt Diven, a junior center for East Central, and now they're going to start emptying the bench. Some of the guys coming off, number 35, Steve Schrum. He's into the game, and they're going to put some more people in one at a time. Number 44 looks like he's coming in. Marquith Brazil. He is a 6-foot senior forward. He's going to come in. Bonewitz is at the free throw line. And he got them both, and now he's going to come out. Big hand for Stanley Bonewitz. 36 points for Bonewitz after a 42-point game in the semis. It is 104-86 with 35 seconds. Oh, the big guy, Divick, uses 6'11" and makes the block. And then trying to weave up court, a personal foul called by Brandon Sharp. Well, Matt Diven may not be real mobile, but he showed why 6'11" is important. Just raised his arms and got a block shot in just his first few seconds in the game.
And that's one big kid there. He puts his arms straight up, and that's like a wall you run into.
And he's played, he's done his thing, and he takes a seat. The bench continues to be open. The Hornets will send in Eric Luke, number 30. Everyone's, he's trying to get everybody at least in the box score that he can.
Yeah, in a situation like this, if you get put in, you got to run up and do something. You know, foul somebody, get a rebound, do something, but make sure you don't have zeros all the way across.
See, Matt did. He got a block. He'll get in the expanded box score, and the free throw doesn't go by Oliver House, number 20, who's also in the game. Ball thrown away out of bounds. It'll go back the other way. 24.9 seconds.
You know, as a player, what you don't want is one of those trillions in the box score. You know, 1 minute played and then followed by a bunch of zeros.
That's Chip Moxley. Mention his name. He got into the game as the ball kicked away. Let's see if we've left anybody out. Yes, we have. Blake Sims, number 25, is also in. I think everybody is in now. At least we have had a chance to mention their names. Sims, Eric Luke. There's one we didn't mention. That's a tap by Jason Minica. And Luke with the basket. 6.9 seconds. Minica scores. Minica with a couple. 108-86, and it's all over. Stan Bonewitz and his San Antonio East Central Hornets are Stanley. Hope to get a word or two of some of the combatants on this wild championship game. It was a 108-86 final, but folks, he wasn't anywhere like that distance until the last period. 108-86, East Central wins it. They go 35-0 and win the title. We shall return to Irwin Center tomorrow. The Dallas Carter Cowboys. With me is Coach Stan Bonewitz. And Stan, I know a lot of pressure on a guy when you got a team that's won all the games. You sure don't want to lose one when it's the final one. In the second half, you made sure that wasn't going to happen.
Well, anytime you're undefeated, unfortunately, if you do lose a game, they'll forget about the 33 or 34 you won, and we'll just talk about the one loss. But our kids were determined, and it was a kind of a basic, typical East Central ball game where we ran start to finish, had some good spurts, especially in the third and then the fourth. It really broke our way. I think they tired, and we picked up some easy baskets and were able to stretch that lead. So it was just a great season, and one our community, San Antonio, and our players are going to always remember.
You outscored Carter 63-38 in the second half, and I think your analysis is what we were thinking on the side. You just ran them down. They got tired. That's a lot of jumping and leaping for 32 minutes.
Well, we've been playing that way for the last 10 years, 10 years, and these players have been doing it for 4 years, so they're very acclimated. They got tired. Our players got tired, but we were able to just dig down a little bit deep there because we've been through it before, and we wanted that state championship, and hopefully weren't going to be denied.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got great play, of course, out of your son, but also the guys that you've been counting on all year, Mathis and Lear and Landy, they all did a great job throughout the game. And one thing we thought was a key is the fact that you're not a big team, but that works to your advantage when you're playing teams that like to press and trap. You got 3 or 4 guys that can bring the ball up the court, doesn't matter.
Now, see, that was our thought going in, that we felt like they were going to wear Stanley down ball handling, but we had a second and third ball handler that was going to be able to get the ball down the floor for us and get us into some type of offense and give Stanley a chance to maybe get a little rest and then get back into the flow of the offense, and it worked to our advantage over the span of the 4 quarters.
Well, Coach, I know it's been a great 4 years to be able to coach your son. That milestone is passed. You got thoughts about that?
Well, I guess it's one of them storybook finishes. Couldn't have written it any better. State championship, and it's been a great group of players. They've been together. They're together in the neighborhood. They spend all their time either playing basketball or going to the movies at each other's house. So there's a certain camaraderie that was just a wonderful ending, state championship.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go over and celebrate with your players, except for one. We're going to have Reed Geddes talk to your son, Stanley. So congratulations on the title.
Thank you very much. It's been a great season. Thank you.
Let's go over to Reed and Stanley Bonewitz.
I'm standing by with the man of the hour, Stanley Bonewitz. Stanley, congratulations on a great tournament. Congratulations on your MVP trophy. And what a weekend, huh?
Oh, it was great. I mean, growing up, you dream of stuff like this. And it's just, I mean, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It's the greatest moment of my life, without a doubt.
Stanley, I thought a big key to tonight's game, I thought you got a little bit tired late in the first half. I thought it was a good adjustment to put you on the back end of the press, and you definitely caught your win there in the second half.
Oh, definitely. That first half, they had some quick guards, and I was getting warm. I was tired, but second quarter. So my dad made the adjustment to let Curtis and Chaz and Dante bring the ball down the court, and they did a great job, and it also got me a breather. So that turned out to be probably one of the biggest parts of the game.
Well, I don't know if you could hear your dad a while ago talking about what a joy it was to coach this team, because you all seem like you're such good friends.
Oh, we love each other. I mean, all the time, man. We spend all the time together. We do everything. We just love it. I mean, we are together on the court, we're together off the court, and that's what makes it great.
Well, you want to bundle up 2 or 3 of them and take them to Lubbock with you next year?
I wish I could take all of them to Lubbock with me.
Hey, well, congratulations. Outstanding performance. We'll look forward to watching you in the Southwest Conference and in the Big 12.
Big 12, yes, sir.
Greg, certainly the star of the game, Stanley Bonewitz. Back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Reed. Again, the championship, we want to remind you that we hope you've enjoyed all of it. It's 108-86, and I know that the attendance record that was set by the fans that were here was outstanding, as well as the play in this championship game tonight. Nothing really has to be, don't have to be sad, really, about the Carter Cowboys, because, again, they've got more young players that will be back. And with Robert Wright coaching, this was only the first of what may promise to be several visits to the state championship, as they have proven once again that Carter is not just a football school. The UIL Boys 5A Basketball Championship on HSE has been brought to you by Gatorade. Greg Lucas back along with Reed Geddes, and I know I, for one, certainly enjoyed this game, 108-86. And again, we have to, I found like I'm apologizing for the margin, but the reality is it wasn't that large a margin. Not when you're scoring this many points. Going into the fourth quarter, it was only a 7-point game, and it was simply that Stan Bonewitz's team just really ran Carter into fatigue. But I do believe, as we had talked about, and I agree, the key had to be letting Bonewitz not have to bring the ball up the court all the time.
Yeah, without a doubt. They're so deep. So many different people could come down and bring the ball up the floor. It was a perfect culmination this evening of a great weekend of basketball in the state of Texas.
Well, Reed Geddes, it was certainly great to work with you again as we kind of put to bed our basketball coverage produced by HSC. We want to thank all the folks that have been with us. Don't forget, Alamo High School Extra will have the recap and some of the highlights from some of the other games. In fact, the other games in the other classifications. That'll be coming up on Sunday with several repeats. As you see this celebration continue, posing with the championship trophy, the San Antonio East Central Hornets grouped around. That'll be a photo that they'll all keep the rest of their lives, because there just aren't many undefeated champions in any sport, and they go 35-0, and one of the more explosive teams of all time. We talked about some of the other games. Let's quickly, before we sign off, show you the other scores. In 3A, it was Clarksville over Madisonville, 87-69. 4A, that was the overtime, 57-56. Port Arthur Lincoln winning that one, 57-56. The executive producer of Home Sports Entertainment is Mike Anastasiou. Tonight's game has been produced by Craig McAkron and directed by Tim Paris. Technical director Gordon Powell. Engineer in charge Dan McCabe. And remote facilities provided by John Crow Productions. I want to thank you for being part of